We were really intrigued when you sent over your thoughts on angel numbers.
Oh, yeah.
So, for this deep dive, we're going to jump right in, try and understand what these recurring number sequences are all about, and, what they might actually signify for you.
Right.
It feels like you're noticing these for a reason, right? So, our goal is just to get you kind of well versed on this pretty fascinating topic, like right now.
Exactly. And the core idea, I think, as we understand it from the material, is that these repeating numbers, you might be seeing maybe a 22HO on a receipt or, constantly glancing at the clock at 4.44.
Yeah, happens all the time.
They aren't just random little quirks of the day.
Yeah.
The belief is that these are actual messages, little signals maybe. Often people think they're from guardian angels or maybe just the universe trying to get something across.
Okay, so at its heart, we're talking about these angel numbers as basically repeating patterns of numbers,
Mhm.
the kind that just sort of grab your attention in everyday life. Like you said, license plates or, yeah, looking at your phone at the exact same time. It's that weird feeling of, huh, that number again.
Precisely. And the really interesting question is the why. Why these numbers?
Right.
According to the stuff you shared, the reason behind this repetition is that your guides, and people interpret that differently,
Mm.
are trying to communicate something,
Mm.
something meaningful.
Like a little nudge.
Yeah, it's like the gently but persistently trying to draw your focus.
Like a subtle nudge that maybe gets a bit less subtle if you ignore it.
Yeah, maybe.
The source even kind of paints this picture of them actively trying to get your attention until you actually acknowledge the message.
Right, until you get it.
And it does suggest that if you keep overlooking them, maybe they show up even more often. So it definitely makes you curious, what are they trying to say?
Absolutely. And that leads us right to the core of it.
Yeah.
This idea that each of these repeating sequences holds a specific meaning. It's a bit like learning a new language almost, a symbolic one. And we can sort of explore how to maybe interpret these potential messages you might be seeing.
All right, let's do it. Let's decode some. A really common one, it seems, is 111. What's the thinking when that starts popping up everywhere?
Well, 111 is often framed as a manifestation invitation.
Ooh, okay.
What's interesting here is the emphasis on the power of your thoughts becoming, well, real, tangible reality, and maybe quite rapidly.
Wow.
The source really underscores how important it is to be mindful of your internal state, your ideas, your beliefs, your emotions. It's about recognizing that what you focus on, well, it gains momentum.
So if 111 is showing up, it's almost like a prompt, like check yourself, do a mental inventory.
Exactly.
Are you holding on to, I don't know, negative thought patterns? Are there fears or doubts maybe holding you back? Because apparently those negative vibes can kind of cloud the potential for positive stuff you want.
That's a really crucial point. It's about actively choosing to release those worries, and consciously trying to cultivate a more positive inner space. Seeing 111 is presented as this real opportunity to intentionally shape your future. So the suggestion is basically make those thoughts count. You could even see it as a reminder of just how creative your mind can be.
Makes sense. Okay, let's move to 222. If you find yourself constantly seeing that sequence, like maybe it's always 2.22 when you look at the clock, what message could be in there?
The main theme with 222 seems to be about a potential imbalance in your life.
Imbalance. How so?
The source actually specifies it could be across different areas,
Yeah.
mental, emotional, physical, maybe even spiritual. It's that feeling when things are just a little out of sync, not quite harmonious,
Yeah, I know that feeling.
like when one part of your life is just demanding way too much energy and other parts feel kind of neglected.
So it could manifest in different ways then. Maybe you're pouring everything into work and oops, your relationships are kind of suffering.
Exactly. Or maybe the opposite. You're
Yeah.
so focused on everyone else that you're just not looking after yourself.
Right.
And what's interesting to think about is this idea that negativity or imbalance in one area can actually ripple out.
Yeah.
It can impact other parts of your life that seem totally unrelated.
Uh-huh.
So the 222 sequence is basically an encouragement. Take a moment. Assess where you might feel stretched too thin. If you've been pushing yourself like crazy, it's a nudge to slow down.
Okay.
If you've been stuck in like a negative thought loop, it's a prompt to try and shift towards a more positive perspective. Source suggests all these parts of your life are interconnected. Making small adjustments towards balance can actually lead to, significant overall improvement.
That's good advice regardless.
Mhm.
Now, what if the number that keeps catching your eye is 333? Is that like a sign you're definitely on the right track with something?
Not quite a direct confirmation like that, but it's more of a call to recognize and step into your purpose.
Ah, okay.
Seeing 333 is often presented as this reminder that you have unique talents, specific abilities that could make a positive impact, but maybe you're not fully embracing them yet or using them. It's about acknowledging the gifts you have inside,
So it's like a gentle push. Hey, lean into your potential.
pretty much.
The source mentions something like you've been slowly but surely developing your soul mission all along, which sounds really reassuring.
It is.
And this number, 333, is basically saying, okay, time to actively engage with that.
Precisely. The key message with 333 is, don't let self-doubt or feeling insecure hold you back from moving forward, in alignment with that purpose. The source even suggests, quite supportively actually, that you have a kind of universal backup, help available as you pursue this.
Okay, so if you are feeling a bit unsure about your direction, or maybe questioning your own abilities, seeing 333 could be that little extra boost you need to, I don't know, take a meaningful step.
Exactly.
What about 444? That just looks like a really solid, stable number.
And it's often interpreted that way as a sign of stability and support. The 444 sequence suggests you are indeed on the right path, even if maybe the final destination isn't super clear yet.
Okay.
You might be going through a time where progress feels really slow or challenging, like the source says, like you're pushing a huge boulder uphill.
Oh, yeah, that feeling of putting in tons of energy but not seeing immediate results.
Oh,
And everyone can relate to that at some point.
totally.
So 444 is kind of like a cosmic reassurance, like hang in there, your efforts aren't wasted.
Exactly. It's a sign not to get discouraged. Keep your focus, keep your determination. The source indicates your guides are particularly close when you see these numbers, offering encouragement, support, help to navigate those challenges and, eventually reach your goals.
That's comforting.
The underlying message is really about trusting the timing of things, having faith that you are being supported. So yeah, seeing 444 is a strong nudge to just keep going, persevere.
That is definitely comforting. Okay, shifting gears, 555. That sequence feels like it's pointing towards some kind of shift or change.
Yeah. Hit it right on the head. Yeah, 555 is a strong indicator that significant change is on the horizon.
Okay.
Now, the source makes an important point here. This change might be something you've been actively hoping for, welcoming even, but it could also show up as a more, unexpected transition.
Ah.
It's basically a heads up that the way things are now probably won't stay that way for long.
So whether you're feeling excited about what's next or maybe a bit nervous, 555 is just signaling that things are likely to evolve.
Precisely. But, and this is key, the source emphasizes you're not just passively watching this happen.
Right.
It highlights this opportunity for you to actively engage with the change, to steer yourself in a direction that feels right, that aligns with your highest good. The universe is presented as helping clear the path for new things, but
You'd have to participate.
yeah, to fully embrace this forward movement, you'll likely need to let go of stuff, aspects of your life that just aren't serving you anymore.
Makes sense.
The 555 sequence is really an encouragement to embrace this period of transformation, which often involves letting go.
Yeah, sometimes you definitely need to clear out the old to make space for the new. Okay, now, 666. This one often carries, some pretty negative baggage in popular culture,
Right.
but the source suggests a totally different take in this context.
That's a really important one to clarify, yeah.
Yeah.
The source is explicit. Within this framework of angel numbers, 6666 should not be seen as negative or, ominous.
Okay, good to know.
Instead, it tends to appear when you are perhaps overinvesting yourself mentally, emotionally, maybe physically in one specific area of your life, potentially, to the detriment of other areas.
So it's less of a spooky warning and more like a gentle reminder that you might be out of whack.
Exactly.
Maybe giving way too much energy to your job or a relationship, or even just stuck on a certain way of thinking and forgetting other important parts of your life or well-being.
Spot on. The 6666 sequence acts as a prompt. Reevaluate your priorities, maybe let go of obsessive thoughts, detach from attachments that aren't healthy. The underlying message is one of trust. As you consciously shift your focus, shift your energy towards a more balanced view, harmony will be restored. It's all about finding that equilibrium again.
That's a really helpful reframe. Counter's a very common idea. Okay, what about 777? That sounds universally positive, like a lucky number. Does it hold a similar vibe with angel numbers?
Absolutely. It is indeed seen as highly spiritual and, very auspicious.
Nice.
Seeing 777 pop up repeatedly is often interpreted as a strong sign that some significant spiritual growth or awakening is happening within you.
Ah.
If you've been feeling kind of lost, maybe uncertain, these numbers can be seen as this really reassuring message from the universe,
Mm.
encouraging you to trust that everything is actually unfolding exactly as it should.
So it's a message of hope then, and
Mhm.
encouragement, especially if you've been going through tough times or maybe just seeking deeper meaning.
Precisely. The 777 sequence encourages you to tap into your highest potential, to acknowledge and embrace your unique spiritual gifts, whatever they might be, and maybe use them to help others.
Wow.
The source suggests that doing that won't just bring more positive energy and fulfillment into your own life, but will also contribute to your ongoing spiritual evolution. It feeds itself, in a way.
That's a really beautiful and uplifting message. Okay, how about 888? Does that connect with the idea of abundance? It feels like it might.
Yes, very much so. Seeing 888 is often considered a strong sign that increased abundance is flowing into your life.
Flowing in. Okay.
The source suggests this is often a result of your previous hard work, maybe keeping a positive outlook, showing resilience when things got tough. It's like a cosmic reward almost for your efforts.
So if you've been working really hard towards your goals, trying to stay optimistic, 888 is like the universe giving you a thumbs up, signaling that your efforts are about to pay off.
Exactly. Whether that's in your career, relationships, creative pursuits, whatever you've been focusing on, 8 and 88 indicates you're in alignment with that flow of abundance.
Nice.
And as a result, new opportunities, new possibilities are likely to pop up. It just reinforces that idea that the universe is supporting your progress.
That's definitely a welcome sign to see. Now, what about 999? That number always feels like it signifies an ending or completion.
You're absolutely right. The recurring 999 sequence typically signals that a particular phase or cycle in your life is drawing to a close.
Okay.
And that ending is paving the way for new beginnings. This could mean resolving a difficult situation or maybe finally releasing a past experience you've been holding on to. It's about recognizing that natural ebb and flow.
So bringing closure, making space for something new to come in. The source mentions that the lessons learned during this ending chapter will actually help your personal transformation, help you evolve into who you're truly meant to be.
Precisely. It's a message of transition, yeah, and personal growth that comes from completing a significant life chapter. The ending isn't necessarily bad. It's often a natural, necessary step that allows for a fresh start, using the wisdom you've gained.
Right, okay. Let's maybe explore some of the longer sequences now. What about 1010? What insights might that one offer?
Seeing 1010 often indicates that a pretty significant spiritual awakening is starting to unfold within you.
Spiritual awakening.
Yeah, the source suggests maybe you've been consciously seeking a deeper connection, perhaps with your inner self or something higher. Or maybe you've just been feeling this subtle pull to pay more attention to your spiritual side. It's about consciousness awakening.
So no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, seeing 1010 is like a call to focus more on that inner dimension.
Exactly. 1010 is a signal to trust your intuition, maybe try to elevate your energy, your vibration, and connect with that inner guidance.
Mm.
The source does acknowledge that this journey inward might mean stepping outside your comfort zone sometimes.
Yeah, usually does.
But it assures you that embracing this exploration will lead you towards greater spiritual clarity, have a deeper understanding of who you really are.
That sounds potentially really profound. Okay, what about 1111? That's a really striking sequence visually.
It is. And in numerology, the number 1 is strongly linked with fresh starts, initiative, independence.
Ah, beginnings.
So seeing 1111 often suggests you are right on the cusp of entering a brand new phase of your life or maybe embarking on a significant new adventure. It's a powerful sign of new possibilities opening up.
So it's a clear signal. Focus ahead, not behind.
Right?
The source specifically advises against getting stuck on past mistakes or hesitating to chase your hopes and dreams. It's really about embracing what's next.
Precisely. 1111 is letting you know that opportunities for growth, progress, positive change, they're likely right there on your immediate horizon. So the key is just stay open-minded, be receptive to what's presenting itself right now. Time to embrace those new beginnings.
Okay. Now, 1234 is interesting. It's sequential. Does that give it a unique meaning in this context?
It does indeed. The source highlights that unique characteristic, right? Each digit follows the next in order.
Yeah.
This is often interpreted as symbolic of the steps you're taking. Methodical steps as you progress towards discovering and fulfilling your unique life purpose. It's a reminder about the journey itself.
So if you've been feeling like you're hitting roadblocks or maybe just unsure about the overall direction, 1234 is a reminder that progress is step by step.
Exactly.
The source even suggests that these challenges you hit aren't meant to stop you completely, but maybe just serve as temporary detours along the way.
That's a great way to put it. The 1234 sequence is encouragement to maintain consistent effort. Keep moving forward one step at a time. Like the source says, putting one foot in front of the other.
Simple but effective.
It's a message of steady, persistent movement towards your goals, acknowledging that, yeah, the journey is just as important as where you end up.
Finally, let's touch on 2222. The source mentioned that 22 is a master number in numerology, so seeing four twos together must pack quite a punch, right?
It certainly does. Seeing 2222 is like getting a magnified dose of that really potent numerological energy.
Okay.
Master number 22 is often called the master builder. It signifies this strong ability to translate visions, dreams, into actual tangible reality, bringing ideas into form.
Wow. So 2222 is a really powerful encouragement then to just persevere with whatever you're currently focused on or dedicated to.
Absolutely.
The source really emphasizes keeping the faith, basically, sustaining your belief, especially when you might be facing big challenges or setbacks. It sounds like it's about unwavering faith.
Precisely. No matter how tough things get or how many times you might feel like giving up, the 2222 sequence is urging you. Hold on to your conviction that things will ultimately work out for your highest good. It's a strong message of resilience, yeah, and just unwavering trust in the process you're in.
Wow. Okay, that was a really comprehensive tour through quite a few of these angel number sequences.
Yeah, there are quite a few defined meanings out there.
So just to kind of pull it all together, angel numbers are these recurring patterns of digits believed to carry specific messages, and each unique sequence offers potential insights into different parts of your life. Could be your thoughts right now, your emotions, or bigger things like your life purpose, spiritual path.
Exactly. And the fundamental idea really is that these messages are meant to offer guidance, support, encouragement. They're inviting you to do some thoughtful self-reflection. Think about the patterns you are noticing in your daily life and what those numbers might be trying to tell you.
It's an invitation to pay closer attention, basically.
Yeah, to the subtle cues all around you.
Okay, so here's the final thought for you, the listener, to really mull over. Reflecting on all these potential meanings we've just unpacked, what recurring number sequences, if any, have you been noticing in your own life recently? And maybe more importantly, what parts of those interpretations, really resonate? What clicks with your current experiences or your hopes, maybe even your current challenges? It's definitely a fascinating lens to view your own journey through as you move forward. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.